Is a member of Congress's exclusive gang of 8, Arkansas Republican Congressman Rick Crawford, the chair of the powerful House Select Committee on Intelligence. Congressman, thank you so much for joining us tonight. So first, let's do Greenland. There's so much to talk about. Trump is claiming victory with this framework of a deal. Critics say he needlessly insulted our allies and damaged NATO. And he did back down after threatening tariffs and possible military action to take Greenland. At some point, do you worry, are you concerned that this kind of negotiating tactic could backfire?
Not really. It's worked so far. I mean, look, he's he's a blunt instrument. He wields a lot of influence, and he does it in a way that other presidents haven't done. But the reality is he's delivered results. Greenland is integral to our national security strategy as it applies to our ability to protect the homeland and Europe. So let's not kid ourselves and think that Europe doesn't benefit from this either. So, I find it funny that the Europeans are crying the blues over this deal, but the reality is this deal is good for Europe as well as the United States, and Greenland benefits as well because all the economic impact of a country that's about 30,000 people. Heck, he could have gone to Greenland himself and had a town hall and got the results, because I think the people in Greenland would have supported this too, and they have.
Okay, that's your point and perspective, but what is this deal? Do you know? Maybe you're privy to it, but we haven't heard any real details yet, and Trump said it's still being negotiated.
Yeah. Well, President Trump didn't call me and loop me in on this one.
He didn't?
But I will say this. No, he didn't. I would say, though, that he's delivered some really good results. I have confidence that this is a deal that's going to be very good for the United States. It will also be very good for Europe, and it will help be an important bulwark against an intrusive Russia and China, who are playing around not only in the southern portion of the Western Hemisphere, but also now being aggressive in the northern portion of the Western Hemisphere. So this is exactly what needed to happen. We've had a relationship with Greenland for decades. We have equities there, and this is really nothing to be upset about. And Europe I don't know why they decided to take issue with this, but I do think that the deal is done. I don't know the details of it, but good for President Trump.
Zelensky of Ukraine became the latest world leader to warn Europe to prepare for a future in which America could no longer be counted on to come to its allies' defense. This is also what the Canadian Prime Minister warned in his speech in Davos. What did you make of those two speeches?
Well, I don't put a whole lot of stock in what the Canadian Prime Minister says. I will say this, that we can be counted on because we have been counted on. We've been doing the heavy lifting for a long time, securing the West, and nations have relied on us very heavily. And quite frankly, Europe has. If we didn't have a military presence in Europe, their economy would crumble. And it's been that way since post-World War II. The Marshall Plan propped up Western Europe post-World War II, and it continues to feed their economy. They need us, and everybody knows it. So I think the president is just calling them out on that.
Trump on Air Force One just moments ago told reporters, quote, "We are watching Iran. We have a lot of ships going in that direction just in case." He also talked about the death toll, said there is a lot of killing happening there. There are some estimates that it could top 20,000. That's according to Bloomberg. The regime is slaughtering protesters. Do you think Trump should and will take action there? And if so, what kind of action?
Well, I mean, that's a question that people kind of asked when he struck their nuclear facilities. Would he do it? And he did it, and he showed resolve. The Iranians know he's not to be messed with. And so it'll be interesting to see just exactly what action he takes, but he's preparing to take action, and I have no doubt that if it's called for, that he will do it. I don't know what it is because, again, he doesn't call me on the reg and tell me, hey, guess what we're doing? But he has indicated his support for the Iranian people. And quite frankly, I think I'm a little bit put out that Europe hasn't weighed in on this and registered their support for the Iranian people. They were very vocal in supporting Hamas in Gaza, but they haven't been as forthright in their support of the freedom-seeking people in Iran.
Yeah, that's been noted that there are a lot of people who were protesting on behalf of the people in Gaza who have been remarkably silent when it comes to the people of Iran. Congressman Rick Crawford, always appreciate talking to you. Thank you.